Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here, and I'm doing today's load prompt, which has to do with farming or industrial or something like that. It's based on a game that I have never heard of, and because I've never heard of it, I can't remember it um, to tell you it now. I'll try to remember to put it in the description box of this video. But I'm combining it with a Scrap Squad scrap lift. It's my last one. It's challenge 2 of the Share the Love CyberCrop. And it is a grid made up of hearts, all cut out of different fabrics, and then there are 3 photos. So I'm going to really take some liberties with this. I'm also building a grid. It's not going to be hearts. It's going to be farm symbols. And I'm using 2 different collections, both of which I think were designed by Steven Duncan. The first one is Farm Girl by from October Afternoon, and that's where all of these Farm Girl things come from. The shinier stickers are coming from the sticker sheet from Country Kitchen, and I'm going to use some of the icons in here too. I'm going to keep the sticker sheet handy, and I have a couple things handy. The technique prompt from Load is to use hexagons, and I've got some Bramble Fox hexagons here. So I've already kind of laid it out, but I'm going to go ahead and I'll kind of give you some of my reasoning for including some of the things that I did. The photos are of me. Sadly, we don't have any, not that I've seen anyway, of me out with the animals, the sheep and cows and guineas and chickens and such. But I have some in the garden, and then there's one when I was really young in my grandpa's garden. I'm gonna kind of intertwine those. The reason I made sure that I included that little lamb is that I raised a lamb for 4-H. And we had, behind our house, we lived right next door to my grandfather, and right behind our house and extending over to behind his house was a pasture with chickens and guineas and turkeys and occasionally pigs and a milk cow and various and sundry. And then my grandfather slowly kind of refenced and ended up with a truck farm back there, you know, where the animals had been, and it extended. By the time we built our house right next door, I was, I don't know, 2 or something. So by the time that happened, it was like probably half pasture and half truck farm. And he grew vegetables, but also he grew calendulas, which were a very highly in demand flower in the flower markets. And he had people coming and picking up almost as many calendulas as vegetables. So I'm just kind of, this photo is of me in his garden, and I'm stooping down, and my little diaper is kind of coming off, and I look like a plumber. But that's the only one I know of kind of over on his side. These other 2 photos are of me. This one I've scrapped before. It's of me with a prize-winning tomato, and I'm holding my little shovel. I did that so that I would look like a farm a farmhand here. I can kind of move this over a little bit. because I need to have room to put this little photo kind of in the middle of those two. This one is me standing in front of, this is a progression in ages. Well, actually, I think I'm older in this one. This one was when I was in a diaper, so that I'm not sure, I'm not sure how long that lasted, but I'm going to say I was maybe less than a year old or about a year old. I walked at 9 months, so it's not, I know I was walking then, but anyway, this little top one, I'm wearing a little dress and I'm standing in front of the same garden where this was taken, but by this time we were growing eggplant instead of tomatoes, and I loved eggplants because they were purple. That was kind of my big thing, and that may have been my first falling in love with purple, was because I just thought eggplants were gorgeous. And I loved to eat them then. I don't eat them very often now, and I possibly should. Okay, and these roses and then some other things that I'm going to do are from the sticker sheet for Country Kitchen. And I'm just kind of creating, it's laughable to call this a grid, but it kind of is. We'll just we'll just say it is. I think these may be down too low, or this will have to overlap that rose or underlap it. I can make that work, but I've got this kind of title sign. Let me get this on, because I know for sure these need to be on, and I can push this over to the side as much as possible, but her little shoes are down almost on the bottom of the page, so I'm gonna do that. I think that will look better. I have some little tiny chickens from the sticker sheet. In fact, I may have lost one, and it wouldn't be a Scrappy Cathy video if something didn't get lost along the way. I'm going to put this as this particular grid section, saying farm to table. The grid lines kind of got blurred there, but this will kind of bring that back. And I'm going to center it, well, I don't know. I should center it underneath that. So let me do that. And then I have this rooster, or this chicken, to put up here. I was debating whether to put the chicken or the rooster, and I'm going to go with the chicken, and I'm glad that it's kind of overlapping that photo. I think that's kind of cute. And then I have tomatoes here. We had lots of chickens, and I named them all, and then one day it became my duty to wring their necks when we wanted chicken for dinner. So that was a traumatic experience. I'm going to have this little baby chick over here kind of hugging up to her leg, because our baby chicks used to come out and follow me around. If I was out there just, working or playing, I didn't have to be feeding them, but they were following me around everywhere. Now, I like this guy, and I want to put him on here. I'm going to move this farm girl title thingy. It's what it is from the branding strip. I'm going to put that right there, and then I'll leave the adhesive off, but I'm going to go here with, I'll take the adhesive there. Don't want to put that on the photo. And I'm going to put it here, kind of down across the bottom. And now I'm going to go back and add a few other things. I have some butterflies from Woodland Park, which is another October afternoon collection. Has nothing to do with farming, but I thought a couple butterflies might be pretty on here, and they're already fussy cut, so I'm going to do it. This is just a kind of a goofy, colorful page that meets the requirements of the prompt, and was certainly, the design was certainly influenced by the sketch. Let me do another butterfly, maybe right here. And I'm going to do one here. I'm just going to glue it on. I don't want to get too dimensional here where it's so busy. Now, the hexagons, I'm going to do a little group of 3 in one place and 3 in another place. I don't know where else, probably right here. Okay, and let me get this one turned around to where it's kind of matching that. And I'm going to go with a yellow next, and I'll put it down kind of like that. Now down here I will do large yellow, and I'll do it a little bit different way. And then this is a pretty brown one. It's a beautiful color of brown, very chocolatey. Okay, and then I'm going to do the other one kind of right there. Okay, I don't think I'm going to use any more butterflies. Maybe a butterfly right here. How about using a blue one, blue polka dotted? I don't have any blue in here. Okay, so this is my version of a farm life grid, and I'm sticking to that story. I will add some dates here, and I'll probably do something, whatever I do when I put it into the load gallery, I always include some journaling. And what I like to do, if it's important journaling that I would like to preserve, I will print it and then glue it to the back of the page. So again, another fun prompt from Load. And here's the page. Does that look like a grid? It kind of looks like a grid. It looks like a Kathy version of a grid. And I'm bothered by this down here. So let's see if there's anything. Where's the one of me with the cow? There's the one of me with the cow. There's this bottle of milk that that kind of needs to go on here, don't you think? Maybe right there. Just let it stay on the farm to table thing. And that brings it down so that there's some room right under here. And there's some strawberries. There is a chicken kind of sitting on her eggs. Let me do this, and that would be not a bad, the chickens are here, so this is not a bad thing, and kind of fills in some of that space. And do I have to fill it all? No, but watch me. Those little chickens are so cute, and some of them are raised up on foam and some are not, and that's perfectly fine. There's one more little chicken, but I don't know that I need to use him, but he probably won't get used because I don't have any more chickens on this. So I'm going to go ahead and put this one up here next to this hen. So yeah, we had tomatoes, we had milk cows, or a milk cow. We grew peas, we grew tomatoes, we grew carrots, we grew roses, we grew all these things. And there were lots of butterflies around, especially around in the spring. And then I managed to squeeze in my 3 photos. So thank you for watching. I appreciate it. See you next time. Bye.